Well, it's Sunday afternoon and we just thought we'd do a bit of a video of some of the work so far in the gardens, remembering we've only been here a matter of weeks. So walking down off the front steps of the house, we're going to go to what we call the three gardens, which are the original show gardens, if you want to call it that, the main gardens of the house back in 1867. When we came here, to say they were overgrown was a bit of an understatement. The weeds were way past the hedges that you see. We didn't even know that there were roses in here. It was just a tangle of weeds. It's still a tangle, but I have exposed useful plants. I have put 30 bags of compost into this one area here. Plenty of fish emulsion, blood and bone, and now pear straw, and you can see that there are things emerging. Spark is here to help us through today. Coming through into the second of the three gardens. I've done even more work in this garden. I've been moving mainly perennials from one area of the property into here, and in this case delphiniums. I like to keep the palette of plants very small, so in here are delphiniums, poppies, phlox that was here before. It's going to need to be dug up and separated. I'd say it hasn't been separated for a good 30 years. So we'll see what happens in summer. I've got Queen Anne's lace, and I've got an ornamental carrot called purple kisses. If you don't know that plant, it's probably really worthwhile looking up. It's tall, about 1.2 meters high, and it really does look like lavender, purple or pink Queen Anne's lace. It's an absolutely beautiful plant. We've got peonies in here, and the roses against the fence have been chopped back dramatically. My guess is probably taken 20 years of unpruned growth away from those. If they come back, they come back. I have planted other ones. We will see what happens. And coming through, you can see the rhododendron, the pink in the corner looking up. There's a tangled dry sticks that you may be able to see on the video beside the rhododendron. Well, can I tell you, it isn't. It's actually clematis. Goodness knows which one, but it's just beginning to bud up, and that would be, 2.5 stories high up there. So I can't wait to see what happens there. In front of it, it's just been pruned by Marvellous Matt, who's coming and helping me in the garden a bit. A local young gardener. We have witch hazel, and a few other rhodos and camellias. So now we're going to go back down to the daffodils again, down through the gate. Nice sunny day, bit of haze around. I don't like to think of it, but I think I'm probably the cause of a lot of that haze, because Brian and I had to do a huge burn this morning of all the prunings that have come out. So let's go through the gate and down we go. Now, if Brian can just show either side of these steps, there's these concrete posts which are original to the property, and turning around you can see the urn to Brian's left, which we found in a garbage heap that obviously was meant to go in there because it fits into the space absolutely perfectly. And this is what I'm going to try and get a mould of and recreate what was. I'm going to see if Brian can do a lovely panorama shot down through the daffodils. Unbelievably, I think we've got more blossom than we had yesterday. He's barking at something madly through the daffodils. Yeah, we have a few flattened bunches of them now, thanks to a very active border collie. There's another border collie in the next property who I think he wants to go and play with it. And if you have a look, there's more white daffodils have come out overnight. Goodness knows how I'm going to divide these. My idea was to put markers in, and the ones I really liked, to divide them up and move them along around the property. Well, good luck with even seeing a marker. It's, you know, these daffodils are knee height in places. So let's walk down through the field. Once again, down the steps that are covered in daffodils. I will be clearing those in summer. To Brian's right is our big fruiting walnut tree, which is absolutely ginormous. Look at that, it's absolutely beautiful. I have had an arborist come through, and we are going to get this orchard professionally pruned, but we can't do it at the right time because of the daffodils. Any equipment they bring in here, they're going to cause significant damage to the daffodils, so I really have to do it in summer, sacrifice a year's fruiting if need be, but I've got to do the right thing by both the daffodil field and the fruit trees. So let's wander down. Actually, I'm going to ask Brian to turn around if he can. Show the length of some of these stems. These daffodils are really, really long. That's an absolute beautiful one, that one. Right, let's wander down. Where's Sparky? Oh, there he is. He gets hidden in the yellow. I don't know if Brian can actually zoom in on a few of the individual daffodils, and you can possibly get an idea of the different ones that we've got. There are some bees. In fact, the whole, I don't know if you can hear it on the video, it's actually humming with bees down here. There's another little sweetie. These miniatures are everywhere too. They're really kind of cute. Right. And down we go through the trees. As you can see, a lot of these daffodils aren't even out yet. this is a pretty daffodil over here, this white one. The sad thing is, according to some old papers from 1911 that we've got, the original lady owner of the property who planted the daffodils actually had handwritten labels of every variety, and in 1911 over half the varieties were already out of existence in the UK. So we've got to be having some varieties that are no longer available. It would be really, really nice to get a daffodil grower in here and find out what needs to be really, really preserved. Oh, here's another one, nice one down here, Brian. Quite different. We also have hundreds of tulips. They're scattered all around the property. Tulips don't really naturalise that well because they're really only at their best for 1, possibly 2 years at most. But a lot of them have flowered, so I'm going to go around gathering them up and see if I can start an area where they're naturalised as well. Actually, one of Brian's favourites is poached egg daffodil, as he calls it. I wonder where that dog is.